Yeah.
Fresno State and Michigan. This is your NBC Big Ten Saturday night game coming up this week. Michigan 21.5-point home favorites, 45.5 the total. I don't know. Are they going to be ready to play their best? They're going to get the fucking national championship banner, and they're going to get their rings before the game Saturday night at the Big House, their season opener. But a lot of faces, especially on offense from that national championship team, are no longer there. They're starting over completely at receiver. Pretty much every productive receiver from last year, for the most part, is gone from the wide receiver group, to the point where the most experienced guy is actually their tight end, Colston Loveland. He might become like Travis Kelce to this Michigan team for Alex Orji, who's likely to be the starting quarterback here for Michigan, where there's so much questions at receiver. Let's just give it to the great tight end that we have, Colston Loveland, all the time. So
he's one of the top tight ends. But
and he was great last year with J.J. McCarthy as well. And, of course, J.J. gone. Donovan Edwards, though, is back at running back. They do have Samaje Morgan back, so that should help. But Loveland, to me, is going to be the focal point, I think, of this passing game. But the O-line, there is concerns there with no starters back on the O-line. Sharon Moore, great job filling in when Jim Harbaugh was suspended last year as the interim. But now you're the guy that's got a game plan. You're the guy that's got a scheme. You're the guy that's got to oversee the day-to-day operations now going into game week. So let's see how he handles that, Sharon Moore, now that he's in that role. The defense, though, should still be very good. Awesome defense last year, 10 points per game allowed, 7 starters back, 2 leading tacklers back, but they did recruit very well on defense. Should be more of a reload situation for the Wolverines. And that could be trouble for Fresno. I don't like that it was a late retirement for Jeff Tedford. Kind of threw things in chaos a little bit. Tim Skipper takes over now as the interim head coach. But Mikey Keene is a capable quarterback. Malik Sherrod is back at running back. The problem is the defense is the strength of Michigan. They're definitely further ahead on defense than offense to begin the year, and there's only 2 starters back on Fresno State's offensive line going into this season, so that's concerning here in this matchup. The defense was capable for Fresno last year, very solid, in fact. 5 starters back. They only gave up 22.8 points per game. Mikey Keene I like. I don't love the offensive line situation, though. The defense actually should be pretty solid. This is a pretty solid, good Fresno team in the Mountain West. The question is, can they compete here? I think with JJ gone, the question is, how good's Orji going to be? Who's going to step up as your big playmaker down the field at wide receiver? The O-line's got nobody back. That's a huge concern when you're laying more than 3 touchdowns. The pomp and circumstance before the game of getting your rings and getting your championship banner. I don't know. I'm trying to talk myself into Fresno here at more than 3 touchdowns. I'm leaning that way. We'll see if I get there by Saturday. What do you think here, C-Mac?
I know. I've been looking at them kind of the last few days, because there will be all the celebration there. One thing when Harbaugh wasn't there, too, I noticed, but they relied on it. It just run it, and they had an amazing defense. But I thought the play calling when he was gone was even way tighter. But, man, now does that open up a little bit, now that he's the head guy? I don't know. So there's a lot of questions. All the money here is on Michigan, in this game, at least here till Monday. The line really hasn't moved. Mikey Key, one thing he showed me a little bit more about is his arm and throwing it, where I had question marks back when he played for UCF. But they got solid running back, Sherrod, like you talked about, Eric Brooks, good receiver. The defense is still kind of hit and miss at times. I think this game is lower scoring. Obviously, we got a low total here, 45.5. I'm leaning under a little bit, and that makes me lean to the dog here with the points.
Dog and under. I think I would lean under, too, because I don't think Mikey Keene and Fresno's offense against Michigan's strength. That's
still very good, yeah.
Very good.
7 starters there where they will be very good. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. So under definitely would be my lean here. Are